Tracy, I'm doing well. How are you, buddy? I agree with you. It's kind of a short field tonight, but I agree. If these guys can keep it together and work together, they could be a lot of action on the track tonight. It is Dega, and Dega does create a lot of action. Oh, Charlotte. Charlotte. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of strung out and fell in place. So let's just sit back and enjoy the ride right now. Not much action going on the track. I apologize for eight cars being on the track. You might not see a lot of action, but it's going to be a rough one. Oh, and we already have one loose. He saved it. Number 12 of Schleer. He gathers it back up, keeps it straight on the track. Good for him, because any mistake here with only 8 cars on the track is going to send you back way too far deep to even catch up. At least he's got a chance now. Yeah, it's a good battle right there. The only real battle on the track. Chris is making that inside line work a little bit, and Brenier, he's taking that outside. I think with this many cars on the track, I don't know if I would be taking an outside run yet, but Brenier's trying to make it work as he dives back down to the inside. So maybe he thought better of it too. Not a lot of cars to rubber up the track is my point there. We just got a message from William Luttrell in chat. Great fan of ours, Stephen Luttrell fan. But he said he can't hear one of you. I don't know which one of us he can't hear, but we are both here.
I do apologize. One of these days, I promise I'll get this producing thing figured out, and I will remember to turn on my mic before we go live.
Oh,
yeah. So that was, y'all missed a heck of an intro, though. I will tell you that. Did some of my best work coming into this thing. I do apologize for that. But luckily, we got Mr. William Luttrell keeping an eyeball on us, or mainly me, and keeping us going here. I do apologize for that, everyone. But I think I'm good now. So as long as I can remember to keep my mic turned on, everyone will be able to hear my voice.
Yeah, we want to hear from you, Tracy, because you got some good insight on the track and what these races are doing, and need you to help me out here, because there's not a lot to talk about when you got 8 guys on the track, and apologize for the fans because there's we're coming up into the holidays. I think unofficially, Halloween kind of kicks off the fall holiday schedule. A lot of guys got a lot of different things to do with school and kids and stuff like that. So, unfortunately, a lot of guys can't make the race tonight due to other obligations. A Friday night race is hard to attend all the time. But thanks for sticking it out. Thanks for coming along with us.
Yes, sir, and we see Stephen Luttrell right now rocking a new paint scheme for tonight. We'll have to get Charles to clue everyone in on what's going on with the paint schemes tonight. Kind of a little special night for us here for Wide Motorsports. As we see also, I just wanted to point out, Hunter Carlson's kind of taking off right now to about a 1.7 second lead. The only problem is, I'm not doubting his skill, if you will, but I'm just wondering if the guys behind him are saving a little bit, and wondering if Hunter might be choosing a little too much too quick. What's your opinion on that, Charles? Because I really don't understand these cars. I've never driven them. I've driven this track several times in different series, but never with this particular car.
Yeah, so I think what Carlson's doing right now is a good idea. Get out as far as you can, as quick as you can, because you never know what the tire fall off is going to be here, especially when we only have 8 cars on the track. Then there's not a lot of rubber being laid down right now, so maybe tire wear is going to be a little bit more or a little bit less than it usually is, but he's got to do everything he can to stay in front of Luttrell. Anytime you could get in front of Luttrell, you need to get in front of Luttrell. He's going to win. He's going to be there at the end. So I would just take any opportunity you can, get in front of Luttrell, and just set sail, because Luttrell's going to come.
That's a very good point, because I think, I know I've said that multiple times. No matter where Stephen Luttrell is running during the race, come the end of the race, he's going to be in the mix. And,
yeah, that's my thoughts exactly.
Yeah. So that was a reason for the concern with Hunter jumping out to such a big lead. I mean, Hunter's, let's see. I'm not exactly sure how many wins he has, but luckily I didn't get a chance to add any bells, but I did add a couple of whistles to the driver card this week. So we see that Hunter has had 10 starts. He's had 1 win in this series. I think he actually won the All-Star race last week, but that didn't count. But you can tell he's got 7 top 5s and 9 top 10s out of 10
And that's
starts.
as consistent as you could be right there. You can't, you got 10 starts and 7 of them are top 5s. That's just lights out right there. with 9 of them, two being top 10s, other than the top 5s. That's absolutely insane. I know in the points race, let me scroll down here. So in the points race, we got Luttrell is obviously leading, dominating the series, but Carlson is only 40 points off of Luttrell. So that could be anything right there. Tebow's sitting right there too. Unfortunately not here. He's going to drop a race tonight, but these guys aren't really far off here in the top at least 6. In the top 6, they're about 100 points within each other. That's doable if you could put it together and keep Luttrell out of victory lane.
Yeah, and I think, if I recall correctly, which that's always a mistake relying on my memory, but I believe that there is going to be, out of this total season, I think they have the ability to drop their 6 lowest finishes. So that's a good number of drops to have in a series. So you can kind of take a night off, if you will, on our longest race of the schedule here. And
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You get a couple races that don't go your way. You're not feeling it or whatever. So this is why you have such a long season, and fortunately you get a couple six drop seasons or six drop races where you can kind of not feel your best for the night and not really worry about it because your top few races are going to matter, and that's it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, guys. I mean, this is a crown jewel. This is the Coke 600 for FWM. So you own the bragging rights to say that you won this race. So wouldn't that matter as well?
Well, I do agree with you, Emmett, and thank you for joining us, buddy. It's always good to have you in the broadcast booth. But we had the All Star race last week, so that was for bragging rights, and now, you're hoping one of the guys that didn't make it into the All Star race would have showed up. We were expecting a pretty big turnout because you would expect those guys that didn't make that race to come here and try to prove themselves to say, hey, we didn't make the All Star race, but we belong in this league, and we wanted to make a statement. And unfortunately, a lot of guys didn't show up tonight. It's very unfortunate.
Well, I offered to these guys, and thank you for having me in the booth tonight. I offered to these guys, I said, just let me be a starting park, and that way we have 9 cars in the field, but didn't get the green light, so I'm glad to be here with y'all. Man, yeah, talk about, I wasn't expecting this fair field, especially for this big of a race.
No, as we watch, I think it was the Brenier got into the wall or something, and Chris Golden kind of snuck underneath them in that last shot we just took. We see, what was this? Jeez, Brenier, Golden, Luttrell, Carlson. These guys are all up front. Chris Jones in that number 17. That what's that? The Charlie Kirk, number 17. What a beautiful paint scheme that is. Mentioning paint schemes, we got a contest going on. So anybody in the comments wants to, leave a comment. What do you guys think of the best patriotic paint scheme? There will be a prize to the winner at the end. And Tracy, what's that? What was that brought to us by?
Oh, that's brought to us by Chris Norris, who happened to be a graduate of an organization called Wild Ops. And I don't remember exactly how it's worded, but essentially Wild Ops is an organization that help our veterans who come back from service and help them adapt back into some life once more. And from what Chris has told me, they're able to take them on wildlife adventures, if you will, and they kind of, as a group of veterans, they'll kind of have these outdoor experiences, and then at the end of the night, they'll kind of have a little campfire gathering, and more or less just discuss their issues, if you will. And from what Chris has told me in the past, it's very, I don't know how to describe it. I can't remember the exact word that he used, but it is
therapeutic.
Therapeutic. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you very much, Jim. So
No
yes, absolutely. So now Charles has the rest of the details about this. I know about Wild Ops, but I'm not 100% sure about the contest that we have going on tonight. Maybe you can enlighten us a little bit more, Charles?
Well, from what I gathered, because I didn't get, Chris was very excited. He was actually in the middle of running, trying to run practice while he was explaining it to me. But he explains that he's got the vote. Chris Norris, he's got the say in who's going to win this contest, and there's a prize at the end of this. I'm not really sure what that is. I think he could explain it to us later when we pick that award. So there's going to be an award to the best scheme tonight, and he has that pick, but he's actually said, give it to the fans. Let the fans decide tonight. Like this is for you guys. So if you guys have any input, who has the best scheme, and I'm sure Tracy could go through the field a couple times here during the night because we got a long race here. 28 laps of 200. Tracy could go through the field a couple times here, and you guys could throw up a car number, and if we see that car number popping up the most, I'm sure Chris Norris is going to take that into consideration in his vote. So, both Chris Norris and the fans definitely have a vote here.
So I just want to add something because I was actually a part of a nonprofit organization, kind of like Wild Ops. It was called Farmer Outdoors, and what it was two retired Army veterans started this nonprofit, and we actually did we raised money through all these donations and everything, raffles, everything, and we had a Purple Heart hunt. It was really cool how it all came out to work. So we set up at this hunting and fishing show here in our hometown, Wichita Falls, and there's this guy, and he actually owns a high fence ranch, which is real popular. High fence ranches are real popular on Texas. Well, so we get to talk to this guy, not knowing him from Adam, and we tell him about what we're doing. Well, he ends up donating. He has exotics, and he ends up donating a aoudad hunt for this Purple Heart hunt. So we raised the money. We were able to get all the money. And last year, the day after Christmas, we spent 3 days over at the B-Tex Ranch in Alney, Texas. And we flew, actually they were from North Carolina. We flew a Purple Heart recipient, a former Marine, Mr. Zach Seaball, and his son, Alex. They came out here, and they each got 2 beautiful rams. Even the taxidermist even donated their mounts to them. So it was all a great story. And so I know about stuff like that, those kind of things, being a part of that.
Man, that sounds wonderful. I tell you, I was getting ready to ask you what a Purple Heart hunt is, but I think you just explained it, I guess. I didn't know if you were hunting for Purple Hearts or what the deal was. But I understand now. So essentially, you're able to take Purple Heart recipients and take them on a hunting expedition, is my understanding. Is that what y'all did?
So we did that last year, and sadly, there was some stuff happened, and that company is no longer a company. But we did get to, it was a bad deal, but we did get to do that Purple Heart hunt. And like I said, Zach and his son Alex were actually from North Carolina. So, it was really cool. We raised enough money to cover airfare, travel, everything, supplies, all that.
Wow.
And then Mr. Victor Bredding of B-Tex Ranch has a partner deal with Viking Camo. And so he gave those two, him and his son, he gave them like 3 or 4 shirts, pants to wear on this hunt. So they got a lot of camo. He even got he got a custom Desert Eagle that was handmade from this guy down in San Antonio. But yeah, it was custom made, beautiful. Had a purple had like purple on it. It was a beautiful gun. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of it. But yeah, it was real cool. And then you got a belt buckle that had purple gemstones in it. It was awesome.
Man, that does sound really, really, really nice. I don't know. I'm kind of envisioning right now that Desert Eagle that was custom made.
God, yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Well, guys, I don't mean to interrupt, and these are all great causes, and I give it up to our military members. First and foremost, these guys gave everything. The sacrifice their time, their effort, most of them, their life, their sanctity. Um, eh, there are so many organizations out there. If we have any ex-military that just needs a place, reach out, find something in your community, please. We are here for you guys. I know unfortunately suicide rates are up in veterans and stuff like that. Guys, reach out. I know I've been through a bad fire. I have PTSD. I can't imagine what you guys have been through, but we are here for you. If you want to look me up, look me up. I'm definitely here for you. But as we were talking about this, we've gone through some pit stops. We got Daniel Jones was in the pits at lap 29. Benjamin Harborough came back in behind him. Colton Brenier stopped at 32, and Schessler stopped at 31. So we got half the field in the pits, and the other half is still running right now. So right now we got strategy playing out on the field.
Yeah, definitely playing out on the field. And as we take a look at Yogi Schlier's car right here, guys. I mean, this thing, can you get any more patriotic? Even got the Coke 600 stuff
Yeah,
on
he did.
that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough competitor for sure. But, I mean, Hunter Carlson throwing back kind of like to the Ryan Newman / Joe Nemechek scheme. But it also It also looks like Shane Mill a little bit, if you remember back in the Busch series. It's got that 32, the highlighter yellow with the blue. I mean, it's a great looking job. Of course, Hunter Carlson does a great job with cars. But yeah, this is a tough one through the field, y'all. I mean, there's a lot of good cars out here, and man, 6-second lead for Carlson. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and we kind of said before you joined that Carlson kind of has to. You kind of have to get that kind of lead over Luttrell, because Luttrell's not going to give this race up, and he's going to be there at the end. So any time Hunter could get right now is time that might help him towards the end, because we don't want to count. You can't count Luttrell out. He's going to be there, and you see Chris Golden right behind both of them. I don't know. It could be Golden's night. You never know. Oh, as soon as I say that, oh God.
It's all right. Yeah, and that is a unique paint scheme. So that is the salute to Hose. Oh, Hose for Heroes. That's what it is.
Hose for Heroes.
And if you look,
what an organization!
That is a silhouette of Chris Golden. It is a living silhouette of Chris Golden on that car, posing like the naked ladies on a mud flap. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. And if you look on the back, that's Josh White.
Josh White just entered our conversation here. Look at Mr. Josh just eating it the long way. That's actually intense.
Yeah. Of course, Mr. Josh White, raced Bristol, had a good run, but he made the announcement that he's going to trucks, so that's going to be very interesting, jumping from ARCA to trucks. Yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye out. I do want to add, though, I want to send a shout out. My buddy that I had on my podcast before he started into the NASCAR side, he was running late models. Mr. Caden Honeycutt raced his way into the Championship 4. He'll be running for a championship in Phoenix, so congrats, buddy. We'll definitely be rooting for you in that 52.
Yeah, I agree with you. Shout out to a lot of these guys, local track drivers. A lot of these guys, as the season came to an end this weekend, a couple more small races here and there, but the Wheel and Modify Tour, the Cars Tour, a lot of these tours came to an end this past weekend. So congratulations to a lot of the champions in those tours. I can't list them all off because there are so many championships this weekend. It was insane to watch.
Well, you were just showing Daniel Montford Jones, and one of his buddies' son won the Cars Tour Championship, and then made the announcement the other day. I believe it was Wednesday. Made the announcement that he will be running full time in the 45 for Nice Motorsports in the Truck Series. So, shout out to Landon Lewis. Looking forward to seeing how he's going to do in the Truck Series next year. I'm ready for 26 already, y'all. Can you believe?
Oh God, yeah.
Can you believe next week is the last race at Phoenix for the championship? We go back to Miami in 26. I'm so excited.
Man, I tell you what, I just wanted to give a shout out to Landon Lewis. I was so impressed with his interview after the race last weekend. I mean, as the guy is sitting there, more or less, he took the victory, won the points championship, and was kind of recapping the season that he had, and had tears streaming down his cheeks there as he was talking about everybody and the memories that he had and everything. And it just kind of indicated to me how much that meant to him, because the Cars Tour Series, it's a late model series, and all these short tracks, so, they kind of have their own local series that they run there. But the Cars Tour, as far as late models goes, are probably the premier late model stock series in the world. Not only the United States, I mean, granted it's a regional type series, but I mean, he did an awful lot to beat those guys. And I also wanted to mention Caden Honeycutt. He ran the pro late model several times this past year, and I think he even racked up a couple of victories in the Cars Tour in the pro late model series as well. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Ram.
You're right, and he won the Snowball Derby last. He's the defending Snowball Derby winner. He won that back in, January or February when they run that?
Yeah, I missed it this year, but that's a great week. Snowball Derby, man. I look forward to it every year. I ended up missing it, but love the Snowball Derby. But guys, we got the top three right here. And
mine for
Jones hits the wall there, but the top three came in and pit out on lap 42. And they're still out in front of the rest of the field that pit much earlier at lap 32, 31. These guys are still way out in front. Carlson's just got the man of the race. As we're talking about different things, I just wanted to bring that back to focus. That these guys are trying to dig along as Chris Golden picks up P2.
Yeah, and I don't know why, Tracy, I couldn't send you that file of that lap around here, but I was really looking forward to it because
man, I was wanting to see that.
I got in the car for the first time in 3 years, and I ran this track. Oh my gosh, y'all talking about bumpy. I mean, especially coming out of turn 4. And then I laid down at 33, thought I was looking good. Well, turns out that was pretty bad. So. But yeah, it felt good to get back in the car. And I tried to run tonight with these guys, but like I said, couldn't get the green light. Maybe later on, as it goes on, maybe I'll get to run. Oh my gosh, we got a severe thunderstorm warning here, guys. Just got the alert.
Oh no! If you drop, man, I hate that for you, man. There's a lot of weather across the states today. But you were mentioning, how bumpy this track is. Well, Luttrell has told us in our Discord chat that he actually has a full motion rig. So what happens is that imitates the motion on the track to your rig. So you got emulators that kind of bounce up and down or whatever. So it gives him actual true haptic feedback on the track. So this track is really bouncy. he's in third right now, and I guarantee you he's bouncing along in that rig tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's running
definitely.
the virtual reality headset as well. I'm not sure what's going on with that. The wiggling there. I'm not sure if he's checking for a flat tire or if he's trying to heat some tires up. But he's rolling through there. Mr. William Luttrell, want to give you a shout out. Appreciate you telling. Oh, no.
Doesn't want to hit the wall there.
I think he's got a tire down, Tracy.
I think you're exactly right. And that might have been what he was checking for by kind of wiggling down the straightaway there. But before I forget, I want to give a shout out real quick. We still got the camera on Stephen Luttrell. Mr. William Luttrell says Stephen has 10th Mountain on his hood, which my nephew served in the 10th Mountain as well. And it's for his brother, Eric Howell. Eric lives in South Carolina and watches these races. So we'd like to give you a shout out, Eric. This is sort of Armed Forces Night. I think is, Charles, can you help me out here? Is that what we're calling it? I know it's something, patriotic night or something like that, but I want to get the word 100% correct.
Yeah, it's Armed Forces Night. It's to represent anybody and everybody that has served, anybody and everybody that comes back, suffers with the PTSD and the it's just kind of lost when they get back after, combat or whatever they're going through. So this is just to help, bring awareness to, these guys deserve, our help. They deserve our time. Just anytime you want to, meet a vet, man. Talk to him, guy. The weird guy on the road. Ask him. You serve. Talk to him for a little while. That's all they want, man. They just want to be recognized, and I think that's what this race is about. Is just recognize and talking to these guys that have served and done their time for us to enjoy a race like this.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Eric Howell. And your brother, Stephen Luttrell, I'm not sure that I've seen a car act the way that his is. It makes me wonder if he didn't run over some debris in the tire. Virtual debris. Not a virtual tire. The way that car is just wiggling sometimes. I don't think I've seen this in the simulator here.
Well, I mean, I think they're so far spread out. Maybe Luttrell is just kind of, finding grip somewhere. He's just trying to, get the car right. He is in P3. He is a winner. He is a racer. He's a lap down, which I noticed Carlson did pass him, putting him a lap down. So Carlson is the only car right now on the lead lap, I believe.
Yeah,
sorry, Golden's right behind him.
Yeah, it's just strange the way his car acts. I don't know. See the way.
Oh, he's in the wall again.
Yeah, maybe he's out. Maybe he's crab walking it down the field. Maybe a smack into the wall or something has changed the. The toe to the car. Yeah, it looks like he's struggling. They do have fast repairs. Maybe he's waiting to use it. We're only 62 in of 200, so he's got plenty of time, and it doesn't look like anybody is going to catch him anytime soon. Jones is ways away from Luttrell, so I think Luttrell is just buying his time to get in and use a fast repair.
Yeah, I think maybe he hit the wall or something. It's got some tire damage. I mean, look at that sucker just kind of, it's almost as if like he's battling just to keep it going straight down the straightaway. Very, very strange. I've never seen that before.
No, and you see him get out of this, the triangle there that kind of bumps out here at Charlotte, but he almost lost it there. He's doing everything he can to keep it underneath him.
Let me see, Tracy. I may be able to. I can pull up that video. If there's a way that you can show my screen, I can show you that that video real quick. I got it right here.
Now, you are testing my producing abilities here.
Cause I know
I might
can share my
have
screen.
to think about that on a moment here, or for a minute, just see how I can accomplish that. I'm pretty sure I can do it.
I was about to say, if not, I could just show y'all. You know, it's
Well-
top secret.
Oh,
I
we
tell
got Colton Brenner just came into the pits. He came in a little early around the 29th lap or whatever, so maybe he's on a much different strategy, trying to short pit everybody here.
Yeah, he's already used one fast repair. He's already made one pit stop, getting ready to make another one.
So
I don't know.
It takes
It's-
tires.
Yeah, it's hard for me to keep up. You know, I always mess up whenever I'm racing myself, and it's very hard to keep up with the strategy that these guys are working out or whatever they're trying to do race-wise. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just like a fan on the side of a virtual couch here, man. I'm just going to be
Yeah,
guessing.
no, we're chilling, watching the race, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
as far as strategy goes, I would believe that you just, you know, with such short, you know, cars on the track, you just want to, you know, use your whole tank of gas and come in at the end of a fuel run here. You know, there's no saving. There's no guys aren't drafting. They can't go like half throttle or 3/4 throttle behind a draft. They can't do anything but go full out. So, you know, you just run that tank full out as much as fast as you can. You know, maybe get tires, maybe skip a tire, tire stop, and, you know, play out the tire wear so you have tires at the end of the season. But that's about it. You can pay a tire gain, but you're basically running your tank clean or dry every lap, every run.
Well, I'll tell you, going back to Emmett, I've been thinking about it. Why don't we wait until we take a break? I'm going to have to add a new scene in the OBS here, I think.
Oh yeah,
Emmett.
that's fine.
And
that's
then
fine.
we'll come back with live action of Emmett turning a 33-second lap. You know, he's only, 3+ seconds or so off the fast lap time here. But I can't really talk. I can't talk much junk because I can't swear that I could do any better with these cars on this track. So
It was early in the day. He was probably drinking his coffee, eating a donut, trying to make a fast lap. You know, trying to get his breakfast down or something.
yeah, driving
right.
one-handed in the the heat of the sun, that sort of thing. The track doesn't have any grip.
Well, I got here so early, and I was like, well, shoot. I called my guys, because I've had them on standby for 3 years whenever we get our equipment back, but we got our equipment. So they brought the car, and I was able to take a lap. It was the best lap I've ever had in my life. It was so much fun. And it was actually a 30-14, so, I mean, higher 33, almost a 32,
No, you're turning laps, man, and that's all that matters. But we're watching Hunter Carlson's coming up on Chris Golden, which that's P2 right there. Carlson's gonna put him a lap down, and what I expect maybe another lap or two, probably. I think so. I think Carlson's just setting it sail, man. He's got something that these guys don't. And, you'd figure Luttrell would have it figured out, but I think Luttrell's really got some damage. So he really can't be up there with Carlson right now. But Carlson has it absolutely figured out, and everybody else is just trying to save face right now.
Yeah, Hunter has figured something out with this car/track combination here. It is, you got to give him a shout out, man. I don't think I've seen domination like this. Well, I'm not sure if I've ever seen domination like this, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been beaten pretty bad, but I'm not sure that I've seen one guy beat the entire field this bad before.
No, this is absolutely a clinic, and I will say that if Luttrell had his car working the way he wanted to, I think Luttrell would be right up there with him. But I think Luttrell's having a lot of problems right now. But Carlson, we got a caution. Where did this come from? Oh, so we got guys that are going to come back on the first lap. Chris Norris looks like the first candidate for the lucky dog, but we're going to see what happens here, because we might get some pit stops. We might get some different strategies. Something different in this race of 8.
We're going to re-rack them anyway. Whoa, what? Oh, my
goodness.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right, so right there, I say it now. There's not going to be a better move of the race, but that was absolutely precision driving to cut through. Luttrell comes through. Can we get a replay of that as the caution goes by? That was absolutely insane. How did he miss everybody?
I have that's what you call skill there, buddy. That's for sure, man. I mean, you look at this. Oh, you look. We have got to take a roll bar look at this, because I want to see it from his view.
This is scary. This is scary.
Look at the bumps.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's jostling. Guys, look out.
So I was at an ARCA race one time back in my racing career, and I was pushing this guy, me. Well, I set him up for a slingshot, and just want to announce Yogi Schleer has officially disconnected. But I set him up for a slingshot. When I did, I don't know what happened, but he went around. But it was like that. I had to maneuver like that. So, it was it's pretty crazy. I clipped it. I was like, I got to clip this.
Yeah, that's one of those check your pants moments, because that was, precision thinking, precision timing, you just got to react. You can't even think. You're reacting. And so we see everybody coming down the pits. Most guys coming down the pits. Who stayed out? Did Carlson stay out? Everybody else came in.
No, Hunter is right there. He's on pit.
Oh yeah, he's in there. Somebody stayed out behind the pace car. I don't know who that was, but it seems like Chris is in. Who's that? The 17.
Mindfu. Yes.
Yeah, Mindfu chose to stay out, but Mindfu came in 66. Everybody else came in around 72. He's jeez, I don't know why he would stay out, but maybe he knows something we don't.
Yeah, he's taking the weight around.
And that could be as well. Yeah, he's only got 6 laps on his tires. Well, I don't know how ATVO goes about diagnosing or doing the math. If he pitted on lap 67, we're on lap 75 now. That's more than 6 laps. But that's a computer issue there. I'll see if I can instruct the computer on how to do math these days. But anyway.
Chris Golden gets the free pass.
Yeah, he did. Wow. The P2 gets a free pass. Wow.
Well, the only alert that I have for someone who may have messed up, and it's, I got 2. It's showing Daniel Jones says he may have crashed, but being that Yogi has disconnected, we're going to go back and see if we can figure out if he was the cause of this caution or not. See Yogi right here. Looks like he's coming off of turn 4.
And I gotta say, that's a beautiful paint scheme, man. If that's not patriotic, I don't know what it is, man. That's a great paint scheme.
Yeah, and I'm not showing. I don't know. Maybe this was just a. As we go back live here, we dropped a green flag, and already Hunter Carlson is taking a humongous lead, man.
Yeah, Carlson's figured something out. That he's on a rail right now, and nobody, not even Chris, Luttrell, as you would expect Luttrell to have an answer for this. Nobody's got an answer for him. You would think that whatever problem Luttrell was having, it is fixed now. He is a lap down, but he's the lucky dog candidate right now. So don't count Luttrell out yet. This
look at that paint.
More than look at that paint.
Nice and shiny. New wax job on that, man.
Yeah. This guy got a fixture fast repair, and he's setting sail.
Well, let's see if he did take a fast repair. Yes, he did, actually.
No, that was so close. Who's that green car? Was that the
Brenner.
Golden Brenner?
Or
Brenner.
Brian. Oh,
Brenner.
It's not Brenner. Someone told me, Brenner. I think it might have been his wife chatted in and said it was Briner.
Holy crap, that was thunder. Sorry.
Yeah, hey, man, get inside, Emmett, and, lock the doors and close the windows, man. The real bad storm, you never know what you're going to get. As you see, a bunch of guys kind of hit the wall there. I know Daniel Jones was one of them. And we got Chris Norris kind of slowing up to really hit the wall and did everything he could to keep it up off the track so he didn't gather anybody else up.
Yeah, Emmett, by all means, man, head to the basement into the storm shelter, but by all means, keep your internet connected.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Hey, I grew up in Oklahoma. This is nothing. This is nothing. And Chris Golden can tell you, too, being grown up in Oak City.
You guys down south, man, you guys know a storm, but if you have to go out there and grab 2 wires and put them together, like Back to the Future with Marty Fly there, you got to do what you got to do, like keep it lit.
Well, I couldn't find a space-time continuum on sale. I tried to find one, but I guess they ran out of stock or something. But I do want to say this, talk about storms before we get back to racing. We'll sit out, where I grew up, me and my brother, we just sit outside, watch the clouds just sometimes form almost the nadir, and sometimes not. It was really interesting for sure.
Absolutely, man. Down south is a lot of difference, but Carlson, man, he's definitely got the flux capacitor aboard his car because he is just way out there, and he's going to the future as Golden here's challenge him a little bit. Like this is new. We haven't seen this yet.
Whoa.
Oh, Luttrell into the wall. Oh no, that's a lot of damage there. Slowed him down way too much. Just not his night. As our point leader, just can't get it together tonight for some reason.
Well, I tell you, I want to run that back. I'm not sure if this will give it to us or not, but we've got to take another look at that. I mean, you see, he's closing in on Chris Norris. Oh, and he has to take evasive action.
Yeah.
Ooh, in order to keep from hitting Chris.
Oh my gosh, here comes Brenner. Oh, it's a replay. Never.
Oh my God. Emmett. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get back to live, man. Let's see what the heck is going on here. Yeah, I think Stephen Luttrell actually saved Chris Norris there by not plowing into him, but unfortunately, probably pancaked his right side of his car.
So I just want to say this about Colton Bryning. the whole time I thought he was a kid, and then Golden tells me he's older than both me and you. He's older than anybody in the field.
I
I
do
was
remember
like,
that. Yeah, you know, but Briner, he's made absolute progress in this league.
yes.
He came in kind of hot, and he was especially the short track stuff. I think he came from a dirt background, so definitely in the short track thing, he was coming in really hot, but definitely made the adjustments that made him a lot better in the league, and now he's out there racing with these guys every week, and I couldn't be more happier for him. Uh, you know, if he's listening or he watches this bag, man, I really do appreciate him. Actually taking some constructive criticism and actually learning and actually taking the time to say, hey, maybe I do need to fix things. And racecraft is first and foremost in this sport. Once you learn racecraft, you learn to race. It's not always about being, a spot ahead of the guy in front of you. Sometimes it's, holding back, watching the field, learning when to pass, how to pass. And this kid, we call him a kid because you said, he thought he was young, but he's a good guy, and I'm very proud of him for maturing in this league.
Well, maybe he'll finish in the top 3, or we can ask him what his age is.
Yeah, we gotta crack that mystery.
But like you said, I mean, to be honest, he came in with the SK modifieds. So we don't talk about much here, but
I know someone else who came in with the SKs. I'm not going to mention any names.
Oh yeah, definitely, I do too.
Oh, I did too, man. You know what? Everybody hated that league and everything. I that was my home, man. That was SK's, the tour mods. I ripped it up. I got 3 top 10s in a row, and I was like, oh, all about that. And then we had a really bad race, and that was the end of it. So unfortunately, I didn't get to shine in the SK realm, but yeah, I was all for it.
Well, that's what y'all run a lot of, right? Up in the north, y'all run a lot of modifieds. I see like a lot of modified drivers, like Ryan Priest. Who else is a big modified driver? Is it Doug? No, not Doug Kobe. Is it?
Yeah,
Doug Kobe?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Doug Kobe. Doug Kobe's been up. God, he's run up here for. I don't know. I think he's going on like 15 years now, and that whole wheeling mod tour that's up here in the Northeast. Most of the races they do a north-south shootout. Ryan Newman runs a lot in the South. A lot of big NASCAR guys run those modified. Yeah, dude. I've watched some absolutely amazing modified races where. These guys, that's where they cut their teeth. Brett Bodine. What's his name? Bouchard. Ronnie Bouchard won the Talladega in the '84, and my uncle was part of his pit crew. So, there's a lot of history up here in the Northeast with those modifieds. And that was NASCAR's main. That was their first division, was the modifieds. They're a lot different than the modifieds that run it now, but NASCAR modifieds were NASCAR at the very start of NASCAR.
And then back also when I'll tell you something cool, and I forgot his name, but we went on a trip to Nebraska, and I stopped at Belleville, Kansas, which they're famous for the Belleville High Banks, a real famous dirt track where they have the Belleville Nationals. Larson's won it. Everybody's won it. But anyways, they had the National Midgets Hall of Fame, and in there they had, I forgot his name, but he's the very first winner in NASCAR history right here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He drove the car from Kansas all the way to Charlotte, stuck a number on it, and won the race. What is his name? I forgot. But yeah,
Oh,
they
I
said,
couldn't tell you going that far back. Yeah, there's so many guys.
"Oh,
Uh, oh, that was so close. The 56 and Chris got very close there. As Chris is still on the lead lap, and the 56 is, he's 4 laps down, so he's trying to make up time. But Chris didn't really want to see that being that close, being P2.
Oh yeah, Chris Norris will probably catch an earful from Mr. Golden here after the race.
Yeah, well,
Well, he's
Golden doesn't hold a lot back, as you can see from his scheme.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's probably going to get an earful no matter what. Whether they were around one another or not, That's one thing about Mr. Golden there, boy. He's got plenty to go around.
oh, definitely. It's all funny how me and him became buddies. Actually had him on my podcast when he made the announcement that he was going on racing in ARCA, and then we became friends. And then he learned about FWM. I kept telling him, I was like, "You ought to join. You ought to join." Nah, I ain't joining. And then all of a sudden he joined, and here he is right here, and become a stable member of FWM. Even had FWM and Leadfoot TV on his car at Salem in NASCAR.
On an ARCA car. A real
know, right?
life ARCA
Yeah,
car.
on FS1. FS1, yeah, he was live on FS1 and had both those sponsorships on his car, and got to thank him for that. But I got to announce with him, talk with him last week, was it, Emmett? I mean, Tracy, was it last week we got to talk? But what a funny guy. We had an absolute ball in the broadcast booth. The guy's smart and knowledgeable beyond his years in racing in general. It's a privilege. I can't even say it.
Privilege.
That word. It's to have him here in this league and being a part of this. After me.
So, I'll be honest with y'all. When I saw that car and I saw that FWM Network logo, which I had known, Ken had texted me and told me, he said, "Hey, your logo is going to be on the car." Okay.
Did
sweet.
you cry?
Yes. I bawled like a baby. I couldn't believe it. It's just, there was so much hitting me. Something else happened that day, I forgot. But there was just so much hitting me, and I was just like, I had tears in my eyes. It was such an awesome moment, because the funny thing is, Chris has been trying to get me to sponsor his car since he got into the series, which he's a great salesman. He's very persistent. He'd be like, "Hey man, I cut you this deal. And I was like, "I don't know." And then the kid had texted me and told me that. I was just like, oh my gosh. And to see it in real life, oh man, yeah, there was some tears shed that day for sure. Such an awesome moment for not just for FWM but Leadfoot also, our sister league, which is brought to you right by our producer, Mr. Tracy Brown.
Woohoo! Man, I tell you what, that brings back memories, because Chris told me the day before, I think he said, "I got a surprise for you. I'm going to show you tomorrow." And I was thinking, man, I hope we get on like the B post. You know what I mean? I was thinking if we just get a B post sticker, man, that'll be so cool. I was hoping it wouldn't be buried, I don't know, somewhere behind the rear tire or something. I don't know where, I was just thinking a B post, a good, 3x4 sticker or something. Man, I about fell on the floor when he sent a photo, and we had a logo on the hood of a real life ARCA car in Salem. And where is Salem anyway in the ARCA series? Is that Indiana, Illinois? I've heard of the track, but I have no idea what state it's in. But anyway, talk about a tear in your eye, man, I called everybody I knew. I was sending that photo all over the place. I couldn't think straight for the rest of the day. Oh man, I mean, I just got zero work done. I mean, I was right there with you, Emmett. In other words, it was. I don't know. For Chris, it might have been a small gesture. You know what I mean? But it just meant so much to us and Four Wide Motorsports and you and Charles and me. I mean, it just. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all guys tell me, but it just felt like I don't want to call it a reward or anything, but I mean it just meant so daggone much because of all the time and effort we put into this simulation world, and to have something really represented out in the real world, running on the track and everything, man, it was just awesome to see.
Well, yeah,
No, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, we're I don't want to say we're playing a game. This is a simulator. There's a lot to iRacing that calculated algorithms and VR and motion rigs and stuff. It makes it seem so real. So anytime you could cross that, that path into the real world, and anytime you get recognized in the real world racing on national TV, where arguably millions of people are watching that race, that's just an honor that we as broadcasters or racers or anybody in the industry of iRacing we're taken away by, because you know the real world is where we want to be. All of us want to be. Unfortunately, the real world takes a lot of money, a lot of dedication, a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, a lot of career choices and all that stuff. So a lot of us this is all we have. So when Chris crossed that path where we took the iRacing and this league into the real world, that was absolutely amazing for him to do, and absolutely amazing for all of us. Tracy, man, we love this broadcast, dude. You worked your butt off to bring a broadcast, even though we're here talking with 8 guys on the track. This is all your broadcast, man. You put this together every week, man. This is all for you.
Well, I don't know if I go that far, man. There's an awful lot that goes on behind the scenes with everyone that.
Yeah. No, you're true. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, but it was just a monumentous occasion, because that is the likes that probably have never been seen before and probably will never happen again. That's just my guess. Now, granted, iRacing, of course, has sponsored cars in the past. They still do. But I mean, to have an iRacing league and broadcast and all on a real car, man. I mean, that is just, it's like landing on the moon, dude. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm pretty sure it's never been done before, and it'll never be done again. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I can't think back to anybody else that's ever had any iRacing broadcast on their car. They're not on the hood, not like it was like that. There's no broadcast ever.
Well, guys, I don't know how you feel about this. I know it's about time for pit stops. At least I think it is. Let's see. Yeah. Good. Hunter Carlson last pitted 37 laps ago on lap 76. So it's probably getting about time for pit stops. But speaking of which, your producer, Tracy Brown, may have to take a pit stop of his own here before we're all said and done. Before we can make it to the virtual pits. Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Perfect timing.
Carlson comes down. That
was perfect timing, Hunter. It'll be interesting to see 113 laps. So we got 87 laps to go. Be interesting to just see. Well, I do know that we got 5 sets of tires. So do you take
Yeah,
4
these guys
tires
got
every
all.
single
Yeah.
time?
Oh God, yeah, you have to. You have to run the tank dry and take all the tires you have. With, maybe if there was a bigger field, you'd have a lot more strategy. But right now, Carlson's just he's so far ahead. All he's doing is just trying to stay out. Maybe he only took 2 because that was a pretty quick
That
pit stop.
was
Everybody was taking like 15 seconds or so. His last pit stop was within 15. He only took a 13-second pit stop, so maybe he only took 2 that time.
I, and this it just could be with this car, but I didn't even see the right sides even get jacked up. Now this is the Cup division, so it could have happened a lot faster while I was looking away at a different screen. But I don't even know if he took tires. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I think if he must have took one side, because if you don't take tires, the pit stop, Luttrell took a 7-second pit stop, so that looked like a
Oh,
gas only.
okay.
Schleer took a 8-second pit stop before he disconnected. Those look like gas pit stops. So yeah, that 13-second pit stop looks like at least 2 tires.
Well, guys, it's been fun, but I'm going to head out, and y'all enjoy the rest of the race. I'll be watching.
Hey,
Well, thank you for
Emmett,
joining us, Emmett.
I was going
No
to
problem.
queue up your lap around here.
Okay, let's get
Well,
that
hold
going.
on a minute. I've got to take a station break. You got to take a
Okay.
break for station identification, if you will. So, you okay with that, Charles?
Yes, sir. I mean, I think these guys are, off to a good start as Chris comes into the pits. But
Yeah, he
he's
was leading for a moment there.
he was, but he's got to make his pit stop, and he's about two laps ahead of anybody behind him. I think he was 2 laps ahead of Luttrell at this point. So Luttrell and Jones and all those guys behind him have to come in also. But
Okay.
yeah, this is a great time for a break.
All right. 10-4, we'll meet you guys back here shortly, and we'll see if we can't see what Mr. Emmett Crow did on the racetrack here as he was putting down a lap for us. We'll be right back.
This is going to be the...
We're live. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I think they've called the race.
We have called the race on lap 125.
Oh,
Well,
that is something different.
here's your post race. Here's your post
Yeah.
race entertainment.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm glad we came back when we did. We get to see the smoke show here. Hunter Carlson absolutely dominated this race. Got to give him credit. He found something that these guys were just hoping to be able to find. But, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I'm at a loss for words. Anybody got anything?
Well,
No, I want it.
yeah, we got to let the finishing order kind of go through, but the finishing order is all out of whack here. But it shows Luttrell in second place, but Chris Golden was, way ahead of Luttrell. What happened there?
But I just want to say, I want to ask Chris Golden why he ended his TikTok stream, because that was the best. And I was about to tell y'all, if we want an inside look, Chris Golden is live on TikTok with his VR cam, but then he ended it right when I was going to go on it.
Sorry about that, Emmett. I had to cut it. It was interfering with my VR headset. It was causing my headset to glitch out, so I had to cut it. It had been running too long.
Oh, you're good. I was just giving you a hard time. Is it storming there?
Yeah, very much. That's why I had to make everything as minimal as possible. But I can give you a fairly decent running order if you guys would like it.
Hit us
Yeah,
up,
it just
man.
popped up. So yeah, let us know what you got, because
So it was
kind of weird for us.
Oh, for sure. Since we cut the race early, it's going to be kind of screwy. But it was Carlson, me, Luttrell, and then Mindfu, Brenner, Chris Norris, and then Yogi Schleer and Benjamin Hollenball. That was our finishing order.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
sense. Yep, we got it.
Yeah. The only thing that's flipped on the results that you see here on the screen is Chris Golden finished. Well, actually, ironically enough, it does show you in second. However, it's in the third position on the finishing screen.
Oh
No,
yeah, that's
not-
because that's how we were lined up on pit road when we came into pit right there
Oh, okay. All right.
to finish the race. It was Hunter. Yeah, it was Hunter, and then Luttrell, and then Brenner was in between us, but he was more laps down, and then myself. So that's why we were lined up that way. That's how we were sitting on pit road.
He just hopped in the chat and said, "I'll take a top 5."
Yeah, right. This kid works really hard, and like we said before, he's made a lot of improvements. But I'm actually really excited to see what was Luttrell's thought. Like what happened to his car so early in the race, where he went so long with that car just being way out of sorts. So if we can in the next couple minutes here get our top 3.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my favorite word. Absolutely, man. So, for everyone who's viewing, if you'll hold on just for a minute, we're going to take another quick break. We'll get everyone into our booth here, so see if we can't get a word with them and get everything ready for the post-race interviews. We'll be right back. One. And we are live, back with the post-race interviews here, and I think my buddy Charles Oberg has our third place finisher lined up and ready to discuss what happened. Charles, got a copy there, buddy?
I do have a copy, and I'm here with Steele and Trell, which we were a little surprised at your run tonight. It looked like you were having a lot of trouble on the track. Can you kind of fill us in on what was going on there? Because we were surprised that you weren't dominating the race like you usually do. It's always a shoe in with you, but you had some troubles. What were those troubles?
Well, at first I had a headset go bad. My headset just kind of froze for a minute and put me in the wall and loosened up the right front wheel. I just rode around until we got the caution to go fix it, and yeah, and then later on I had lap traffic and slid up and hit the wall again and broke the wheel again. So yeah, it was a rough night, but I'm glad we called it early. 8 cars showed up and 6 stayed. So yeah, rough night, but still get third out of it. It's cool.
No, third place is actually really respectable. With there was only 8 cars here, but you know you're gonna do something tonight, and we were all gunning for you. We always do, but it's your time to thank anybody you have to, man. This is your time. At your only 40 points in the lead, so coming in third, it's go time for you. It's not a good, you don't have it in the bag, is what I'm saying. But it's your time.
Yeah, definitely not. I'm gonna have to race Hunter for it big time, and Chris is up here all the time. So yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna run away with any points lead. So, but yeah, I just gotta thank my mom and dad, my wife, my 2 daughters, and my grandson Mason, and Eric, my brother, and all of 10th Mountain.
Absolutely, man. Hey, thank you for the service, and we really appreciate you in the league, and we appreciate your service and everything you guys do for us. Tracy, I'm gonna send it back up to you. What do we got next?
Appreciate it, Charles. And I also want to give a couple of shout outs real quick before we go to our second place finisher. Steven, just want to say thank you to your dad. First of all, he keeps me straight up here. I seem to be having trouble cutting on my mic. And second of all, I'd just like to say thank you for your brother, Eric Howell, who's in the 10th Mountain Division. And just want to say thank you to Eric for his service. We certainly appreciate it. What his sacrifices provide us is an opportunity to sit around here and play on the computers on a Friday night and enjoy a good virtual race. So just want to give a shout out there. But I have with me now the Golden Man, Mr. Chris Golden, number 86. Finished in second place tonight. How you doing tonight, Chris?
Oh, pretty good, man. It's their second runner-up finish this year, and these Gen4s. So I can't really ask for much more, but I mean, not against these guys anyway. But I always will.
Well, I understand that, man, but it looked like to me you were one of the only guys that could kind of stay on the same lap with Hunter Carlson. He obviously had found something with the combination between this track and this car. Can you just tell me anything that you think you might have found that might have been an advantage on someone?
Yeah, I found the lucky dog right around lap 75, and that's pretty much what it was. Because right after that, by the end of the race, he was already another 13 seconds ahead. So, yeah, all that kept me on the lead lap was that lucky dog right there at the end.
Well, I got you, man. Like I said, you were you were the only guy. I think now that I think back on this, it was Hunter Carlson and you that were on the lead lap a majority of the night. But more or less, I mean, can you kind of summarize how your race went? I mean, it obviously looked good for to us from up here in the booth, but did you feel the same way back behind the wheel?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, the car was really really tight the whole night. It's one of those tracks you have to learn know how to get around it the right way. And there was a bunch of times I missed my marks. I knew where I needed to be, but honestly, I caught myself daydreaming a couple times and just not paying attention, and it cost me my line. Which it happens, ADHD, you know. But I would just sit there and daydream and miss my line and not paying attention. And I figured I was safe. I don't think I had anything for Hunter anyway, so I was pretty much just on cruise control the whole race there, and just trying to save tires, make them last as long as I could. I mean, heck, I think at the end of the race, I only took right sides the whole race, and at the end of the race, my left sides were at 75, so we were still pretty good there.
Well, I gotta tell you, for someone who was just kind of taking it easy and kind of, taking what the car would give you, that was a one heck of a finish there, man. But I gotta ask you, tell me a little bit about your sponsor there that you have on the hood of your car.
Oh yeah, man. Well, it is.
Copy
I mean,
that.
yeah, it's definitely Charlotte. I mean, so Charlotte's this weekend, so we want to go a little bit patriotic. So make sure we got hose for heroes on there. It's for all of our service members that come back home and they just ain't got nobody. We make sure we got a hoe they can take with them. We got our special mud flap girl there on the hood and on the door right behind our number. Um, we got Josh White. He loves eating corn the long way. We got him there on the rear bumper helping out. Wild Ops on the trunk. Four Wide Motorsports on the quarters. So we got quite a few people to help us out here and get this thing to the track.
Well, I tell you, I gotta admit, hey man, look, sorry. Yeah, I mean, hey, everyone needs a hoe, and especially our heroes. So I appreciate you putting that on the hood and rolling it out for us. And in the meantime, well, before I forget, is there anyone, Chris, you'd like to thank tonight? Any sponsors or anything that maybe weren't included in your paint scheme?
Oh man, yeah, for sure. I mean, thinking back to Texas, it's the same thing. I mean, it's another runner-up finish here on a mile and a half D oval, and this one's for the hose, man. They put in a lot of work for our military guys and for some of our military women. So this one's for the hose.
Okay, there you go. You hear it from Chris Golden himself. Shout out to the host. Mr. Oberg, do you have our winner with you there by chance?
I'm at a loss for words right now.
Well,
We love a good Chris Golden here in this league, but I thought
well,
he was gonna name. He's gonna name somebody like Mercedes or Diamond, something like that. But God bless you, Chris, man. Thank you for enlightening us all. But I caught up with Carlson, Hunter Carlson. Hunter, dude, you really did take off and didn't look back. It was like unapologetic as far as this night in the All-Star race. Like you were on a mission, man. What were you thinking, man? Let us know. How did you approach this race?
After last week, I found a little something there on running the bottom. And I went to thinking back the last couple of races, I would go out and dominate, and something would happen. And I'm like, I'm going to make sure I don't leave any doubt this week. And just so happened Steven have issues and was able to allow me to get away, and I just never kind of looked back there. And I was kind of worried when Chris got back on the lead lap there and started behind me, because I knew he had pace, especially in practice. And with the way the line was, you had to run the bottom here. You couldn't really run anywhere else to be fast. The car's just too tight. And I knew if I got to a lead and kept Chris behind me, I probably had a chance. Didn't expect the race to end as early as it did, but I'll take a win anytime I can, especially against Chris, Steven, and even if Christian was here, I would have gladly taken this win. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I think if the race really didn't end it when it did, you probably would have lapped yourself in that race, man. You really dominated, man. And you know this is coming down to points. You know, last week was the All-Star race, so points really didn't matter. But you know, you're only 40 points off of Latrell, so this is a kind of a huge points thing if you could keep this up and win a couple races here. uh, you know, this is your time to thank who you have to, and kind of, you know, let us know what you're gonna do going forward here.
Yeah, going forward, I'm just trying to go after good points nights, hoping for some issues with Steven there. It's just gonna take some patience and some chasing some diversity there and try to come back from some bad finishes early in the season. I think we'll get there and it'll be a tight battle between us two. And yeah, first thing I want to do is thank all the troops out there and thank you for everything you've done, whether they're people that have died in the name in service or they're still around. I want to thank you all, and yeah, and I also want to say this one means a lot, especially in October with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I know I didn't have it on the car. I've been running that special scheme the last few weeks, but I want to run special car for tonight. But with it coming up the 10th anniversary of my aunt's passing from breast cancer, this one is for her. And yeah, first person I want to thank is TJ from Studio A6. I probably wouldn't be running the cars I do. I'll probably still be running default iRacing cars if it wasn't for him allowing me to teach me trading paints and Photoshop and everything. He's been nothing short of amazing, and I want to thank everyone over at Copperhead Racing for just teaching me the ropes of iRacing 2 years ago. They brought me on board, and it's been a fun ride ever since. Just keeping me calm, keeping me focused, and allowing me to just get faster every week. I want to thank Got Shive over at the B Main. Love the podcast, buddy. I know you're watching. Want to thank everyone over at 4Y Motorsports Network. Everything that makes this thing go. Tracy and everything he does. And God, I don't even remember what was on the car anymore at this point. Eastern Technical Designs, I think, is on the car. Don't want to forget that shout out.
Yeah, don't want to forget that one. Yeah, absolutely.
No, this one. And yeah, this one's for everyone out there that supports 4Y Motorsports Network. And just admin glasses on real quick. If you guys want to come race with us on Friday nights, reach out to myself, Wayne Cannon, join the Discord. I'm sure we'll have a link somewhere in there in the description or anything. I'm sure we can figure that out. Obviously, we're going to be recruiting some people to try to get this field filled back out. And hopefully we have some really fun races coming up.
No, Hunter, you couldn't have said it better yourself, man. You know, thank you for your dedication and everything you do to this league, man. You put a lot of these races together for us, and you know, get all the you know, behind the scenes things done. So you know, Carlson, man, we appreciate you also. But we had a scheme contest, as Hunter mentioned. You know, he ran a different scheme tonight. So Chris Norris absolutely took on you know, the responsibility of judge in this scheme kind of contest. And unfortunately, Chris, I want to tell you that the fans didn't give us any feedback. So this is all on you, Mr. Chris Norris, and explain to the fans and explain to these guys what this means to you.
This race right here is really special to me. I wished I could have done a little better than in sixth place. You know, 6 laps down. Mistakes were made. But the sponsor for this race is Wild Ops, and Wild Ops is a veteran organization that are mainly, and they support combat veterans from all areas. And they'll take them out on excursions for about a week. They'll put them up in a house and feed them and take them fishing or hiking and things like that. They have little group sessions, and it's amazing how in just 6 days, 8 to 12 people that have never met just come together. They gel. I went on an excursion with them back in March. Actually, they call them ops. And, I was having some tough times, struggling with PTSD. And it was just a great break to get away from everything. And it just rejuvenates you as a person. And, if you go to wildops.org, you can fill out the form. Doesn't cost a dime. They take care of all the expenses, tickets, plane tickets. If you have a check bag and you keep your receipt, they'll even reimburse you for that. But man, it was just an awesome experience, and I highly recommend it. Combat veteran that's struggling with different things, if they can, fill out the form and just get outside of your comfort zone for a little while.
Well, absolutely, Chris, man, and thank you for your service. First and foremost, we really appreciate you, and thanks for volunteering for anything you had to do after that. As a guy with PTSD and going through some stuff, it's absolutely amazing to have people like you to bring people together and really show support. But I kind of got to task you with making a decision right here. I mean, it was put on your back. I know you mentioned you wanted the fans to kind of vote, and I mentioned it to the fans, and there weren't any votes. So
That's okay.
it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you, man. You pick the winner, and I guess there was a prize. So if you want to pick the winner and explain that prize package, that'd be great.
See if we can run through these awesome looking paint schemes. I do want to give a shout out to Steven. Steven actually fixed the paint on my car. And he did an awesome job with it. I kind of give him my idea, and he put it on the car. I mean, it was amazing. Thank you, Stephen, for doing that. Chris Golden, man, I tell you what, that guy, I do like that. For more than one reason. This is tough, guys. I tell you, man. Yogi, yeah, he had a tough night tonight. Yeah, I think looking back on it, can you go back to Yogi real quick? I think Chris and Yogi right there, those are about the two most patriotic schemes. Old Glory right there. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree with you, Chris, man. Yeah, that patriotic feel of Chris Golden and Yogi Schleer, and those are two great cars. Which one do you think it is?
I don't want to upset anybody. That's the thing. But I think I'm gonna have to give it to Yogi. I really like
Yogi
Chris's.
Slayer.
I really do like Chris's scheme. I love the story behind the scheme, but Yogi right there, I think that just old glory just all over that car right there. I think that pretty much says it all.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you, man. Me and behind the scenes, we were kind of crying over Chris's scheme. That was absolutely funny. Chris is gonna bring the entertainment every week, but Yogi Slayer, absolutely patriotic as you could be in that scheme. I agree with you, Chris. That was. The scheme of the night right there. Absolutely beautiful rap, and
I mean,
Yogi,
they're
congratulations, man.
all of them are beautiful. I'm not taking away from anybody at all, and I hope I didn't upset anybody over this. But just that's just an awesome looking ride to me. Um, and I hate that Yogi right there had so much trouble this evening. Um, I wish we all could have finished on the lead lap. That would have been awesome. I was begging Hunter not to pass me there, but I messed up my race. I got messed up in the pits, speeding penalty, and that put me 2 laps down. And then I was trying to get in a hurry and getting into the throttle too early coming out of the turn there, and I hit the wall a couple of times. That took some damage. Got that fixed. I mean, I had a decent car this evening. I felt like I had a top 5 car easily. But when you make mistakes, that's the end result. So I want to thank Wild Ops for putting this thing on, 4 Wide for doing this patriotic scheme tonight. You guys for what y'all do. Um, I get, I had a friend today that we had a funeral for him. He served with him in Afghanistan, and it's a really sad situation. So I want to say, we miss you, Crash. We love you, buddy, and your memory will live on.
Well, Chris, man, I know you've been through a lot, man. It's obvious in your emotion and your dedication to the cause. We thank guys like you that's gonna stick by the vets, man. These vets don't get enough credit, and you're actually doing it. Doing the good work. Absolutely appreciate you, Chris Norris. Hey, Yogi Sleer, congratulations on the paint scheme. I think there's some sort of a
Yeah, that's
contingency. Yeah, there's a contingency to
something coming
that.
to you. There's a little something coming your way, Yogi.
Absolutely, man, and Yogi couldn't be a better guy. But Tracy, I want to bring it back up to you, man. In closing, um, what do you think about this race tonight?
Well, first of all, I just would like to say I couldn't agree more with the pick of Yogi Schleer. I mean, you just could not get a more patriotic scheme. Everybody had some unique schemes going on. I mean, I really liked Hunter Carlson's. Man, that thing was really sharp. Of course, Chris Golden got a little comedy going on there. And of course, you can't overlook Stephen Luttrell. I mean, that's real life 10th Mountain Division. Like I said before, my nephew actually served there in the 10th Mountain Division. But I mean, nothing says patriotic like the good old red, white, and blue. So I'd like to congratulate Yogi Schleer on winning that. And, got to give a shout out too to Mr. Chris Norris. I mean, man, what an absolute beautiful car that was as well. I mean, that was something. I got to give credit to Stephen Luttrell for helping him out. Chris Norris for what he did there. I mean, that's a beautiful car there. And of course, Wesley Outland, he'd be proud as I don't know what to see the CRN Sports Community Racing Network across the rear end there of that car as well. So it was quite surprising for me to sum it all up. I knew Hunter was going to be fast. I also knew Stephen Luttrell was going to be fast. I was a bit surprised that Hunter was able to put so much distance between everyone. And I was also pleasantly surprised that Chris Golden was able to hang in there in the virtual world, much like what he would do in the real world. And I think for a majority of this race, he was one of the last guys to stay on the lead lap. But overall, I mean, it was a heck of a race. I tell you what, it obviously from the in-car cameras looked like a handful. Was some action going on, even though the cars were spread out. There was a little bit of passing going on, but honestly, I think it looked more like it was just a battle, just keep for the individuals, just to keep their cars in between the apron and the wall. And so, anyway, it was very entertaining, even with only 8 cars out here. I really appreciate the ones that showed up. I know that Chris Norris does too. Sort of, you know, show a little patriotism, if you will. You can tell the guys did show up, put an awful lot of time into what they've done for the paint schemes. So, anyway, that's my opinion. What's yours, Charles?
Oh, my opinion is it was a good race. You know, maybe not the turnout we were looking for, but you know, these guys raced, and that's what we tune in for. You know, they trying to do what they got to do. A race is a race. I don't care if there's 2 guys, you know, trying to get to the checkout line first. Man, a race is a race, and I'm all for it. So, absolutely amazing race, and absolutely amazing benefit. Chris Norris, thank you for bringing awareness to the vets and that whole thing. Guys, it just keeps getting better and better and better every week. I know this week seemed to be a little. You know, we raced this last week in the All-Star race. We raced it this week, so a lot of guys didn't show up. Like I said, the holidays are coming up, so people got a lot of things going on the holidays, as you could expect. But absolutely amazing product here.
Yes, sir. And you can see the final results. The way ATVO established them there. Hunter Carlson in 32 finished first, dominated the race. The 86 of Chris Golden finished in second after starting in 4th position. He also had a very good showing tonight. And you got to still give credit to 36 of Stephen Luttrell, even though he finished 3rd. It really looked like his car was an absolute handful. The number 17 of Daniel Jones ended up finishing 4th. He always seems starting the rear, always seems to be coming up towards the front. Colton Brenner, the youngster of the group, who is about 35, 36 years old, I think, in the 14 car, he ended up getting with a top 5. That's sort of an inside joke. Everybody thought he was a kid, and what do you know? The guy's as old as we are. And then Chris Norris, the sponsor of the race, who ended up picking the number 12, who finished in 7th position, of Yogi Schleer. What a beautiful paint scheme that was. And I got to tell you something. Yogi, man, every single race, I don't know what that guy does for a living, but it appears to be that he paints iRacing cars or paint schemes for a living. Every single week it's a different scheme, and every single week they're absolutely awesome. And finishing in 8th, the number 8, Benjamin Hollabaugh, 76 laps down. I do apologize. Benjamin didn't have that much of an opportunity to kind of put the camera on you tonight, buddy. But hey, bring the heat next week. We'll put you live and on the center of the screen here, my man. So that will kind of do it for the results. And I know I'm going to take over this because, Charles, I know you can't see this particular part of the thing, but I want to throw up a couple of promo images here. First of all, 4Wide Motorsports, always looking for drivers. Honestly, pretty much if you're into iRacing, NASCAR 25, wrestling, oh man, I don't know what all they do have here. There is something for pretty much anyone. If you have um, a particular like or would like to join a league of any type of racing or activity, check us out. Odds are we've got something here for you. We've got iRacing on Monday and Friday nights, the NASCAR 25 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday nights. And, oh, I don't want to forget this either. So, coming up tomorrow night, we are going to have the Wild West Motorsports Park Stadium Truck, sponsored by Golden Racing and 4Wide Motorsports. We're going to be.
Yes, sir.
I have no idea about these things. I have watched them before in real life. I don't even know if I own this content or not, but somehow or another we're going to figure out a way and put this thing on iRacing. But it's going to be tomorrow night, October the 25th. Our lobby's going to open at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The race will be at 9 p.m. And if you want to know more, you'll have to join the race to figure out exactly what goes on. But who doesn't love a good old stadium truck running around here, jumping hills, popping wheelies, rubbing tires? These bad boys got suspension for days, rolling over to the left, to the right. It's going to be an absolute fun time here with 4Wide Motorsports, and we're just adding one more category to the repertoire that we already run in today. So, got anything to add to that, Charles?
No, Tracy, I think you've covered it all, man. And the league is going to expand. It's looking for different avenues. Guys, join this league, man. We got guys like FS1, Chris Golden. What an amazing guy he is, and this league is full of great guys that want to improve. If you're looking to improve in iRacing, this is the league to do it in, man. We're here for you. But
Yeah.
Tracy, that's all I have.
Okay. Well, hey, look, anybody that happens to be viewing here, if nothing else, if you want to join the league for Chris Golden's comedic activity, he's already a ARCA driver. He's also a part-time broadcaster, and I think everyone would vote, hey, he's probably our favorite comedian of the group. All the time bringing the heat when it comes to something comedic. So, anyway, just want to say congratulations again to Hunter Cross. I was fixing to say Golden Corral. Chris Golden.
I'm hungry.
Stephen Luttrell, 1, 2, 3. And Daniel Mindful Jones in fourth. Just like to say congratulations to you guys. I'm Tracy Brown, the producer. The other end of the couch, Charles Chooch Oberg. And we look forward to seeing you guys next Friday night here on the 4Wide Motorsports Network. Until then, you guys take care, and we will see you next week. Good night, everybody.